Hello, squirreliodendrons. Long time no see. I don't know. I've been actually doing really well. I just have been living more in the moment and not filming those moments because I was like, my life is pretty boring. I don't know who would want to watch me do the same thing, eat the same thing over and over again every single day. But I kind of just figured maybe I should start just vlogging more, and I guess boring is better than nothing. I don't know. Anyways, let's get a co-pilot workout in. I got back from water aerobics this morning. I've gotten really used to it. I don't get tired or hungry the same way that I used to when I first started. It's just more like for fun. I don't really feel like I'm getting that much of a workout anymore, but my tummy is feeling a little bit iffy, so we're gonna start out on the treadmill in case I have to shit my pants. I don't want to shit my pants in the middle of my co-pilot workout. That was too much information. Anyways. I walked on the treadmill for 30 minutes before I decided it was safe enough to start my workout. Grace put together a quick and killer bum and ab routine, only 23 minutes long, but burned like a mofo. Believe me, these push-up position leg raises are no joke. But that's my favorite thing about co-pilot, is not having to peter around trying to figure out what to do in the gym, because Grace figures that out for me and makes my workouts effective and not daunting to complete. But anyways, even though this workout was quick, these headphones make me the sweatiest swamp beast in the land, like just dripping sweat from my ear holes. So I 1000% need a shower before we carry on. So I finally think that I have figured it out. When I first started counting calories, I was a little bit upset because like after the first week I had gained half a pound. And I was like, what the actual F? You know, I was so distraught because I was like, oh my God, this just is not gonna happen. Felt a little sad about it, then pulled myself up by the bootstraps and revisited my allotment for the week, reduced the number of calories by like 250 a day, and now I've been steadily losing about like 1.5 to 2 pounds a week for the past 2 weeks. So I'm down 4 pounds. Oh, and just like a little tidbit of information. I never like track the calories that I burn from workouts. Like I obviously like look at that stuff because I have my Apple Watch and it's just kind of interesting to me. I don't put too much merit on that, so I don't like add it into like what I can eat. I'm kind of going back and forth whether or not I want to do weekly weigh-ins or not. I think that I'm going to keep that information like to myself and just use it to check in like with myself, like, oh, okay, you know, like how I just did with the calories, just to see where I'm at. But it adds like a lot more pressure to it when I like publicize it, and I don't know, I think like some boundaries like need to be made. I think that what I'm gonna do is like monthly, like at the beginning of May I took body composition photos. I think month by month I'll do like a comparison to kind of see the progress, like if there's any pictures and measurements, because I think that that will kind of be a good way, especially because like I'm starting to lift weights again. I expect to gain muscle, and maybe sometimes there's not going to be like that much reflection in the scale, but there might be like physical changes. I don't know. We'll see. It's just something that I'm not gonna rant. I've done a whole lot of talking and not a lot of getting ready, but I am just excited that finally I'm a little bit on the right track. I was thinking that my SSRI was kind of messing with me to where like it makes it harder to lose weight, and it's still like, I don't know if it's like my age now or medication or like not really knowing how much I was actually eating, but I was having trouble losing weight for a while, and also like the PCOS thing. But like before, even with the PCOS, I was able to like lose weight if I tried. But yeah, I was trying to go the whole intuitive eating route for my binge eating disorder, but I don't necessarily think that that's right for me. I think the intuitive eating thing is great, like if it works for you, but it just didn't necessarily work for me. I didn't have like a lot of shame around food or like my binging, and I think that the intuitive eating helps the shame aspect, because there is a lot of different reasons that people binge. And mine, I think, is pretty much tied to my ADHD. I think it's a dopamine issue, because I noticed the times when I don't binge, or like I don't have binging episodes, I'm usually working out more, which naturally raises dopamine. And also when I was on ADHD medicine, that stopped the binging too, because that is like giving you that dopamine boost. So yeah, the intuitive eating thing just wasn't necessarily for me. I just feel like if I want to lose weight, the best route for me is counting calories and knowing what I eat. And I know that's a little bit controversial because, you know, there's people who feel a certain way around food, like restrict or whatever, but I don't know. I think it's purely a dopamine issue. I mean, like I went the whole therapy route as far as like, you know how they say like you're eating to fill an emotional void. And I feel like I've made like quite a lot of progress in therapy as far as like revisiting my past and taking into account issues and dealing with things that I haven't dealt with, but it didn't affect my binge eating. And plus, like, I was binging, like, when I was happy, when I was sad. Like, it was just, like, random. Like, there wasn't anything that specifically triggers it. And that's why I think it's a dopamine issue. Okay, so I am gonna finish getting ready off camera because obviously I cannot do things and talk at the same time. So, see you in a bit. All right, now that we got that work out of the way and we're no longer sweaty stinky, we can go ahead and make some food. And lunch is sponsored by none other than Green Chef. Immediately when I took the recipe card out of the box, I spilt a glass of water on the counter. So the instructions this time aren't going to be aesthetically pleasing, but they're still like intact. They're just like a little wibbly. Just an FYI. Y'all know I've been using Green Chef for years now. They're a CCOF certified organic meal kit company that delivers delicious chef curated recipes to your doorstep. And they have options for every lifestyle, whether it's keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, or gluten-free. They have an always changing variety of easy to follow recipes, which means that there's always something new to discover. So you'll never get bored. I am personally obsessed with their vegetarian options, despite not being strictly veggie myself, because they always have a very unique flavor profile, not to mention farm fresh, sustainably sourced ingredients that are mostly prepped, so you're not only eating something nutritious for yourself, but you're saving time thinking up meal ideas and shopping. So if you're interested in trying out Green Chef for yourself, you can use my code Beatrice60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Go to greenchef.com for more details, and as always, a huge thank you to Green Chef for sponsoring this video. Next order of business, I went and I picked up Elmo to take it to the flower shop. Take you to the flower shop. To get a hanging basket for Mother's Day. We also got my grandma an aunt one and went to drop them off. Just a quick update on my grandma's new kitten. For those of you wondering, they have bonded and they're best friends. Even though the kitten kind of annoys my grandma sometimes because it's a kitten. And the kitten's name is Susie. So apparently the name I picked out, which was Cornflake, was trash, but it's fine. And then we capped off the night with a thunderstorm. We've been having thunderstorms up the wazoo lately and Doug is not a fan. I did make him some DIY dog earmuffs and it seemed to help him not panic quite as bad, but he still needs to be right by my side to feel secure. So one of the thunderstorm days I ended up missing my water aerobics class, but Dougie would not be okay if I left. I'm considering getting some medication from the vet for his anxiety, like when that happens, but I don't know. Probably definitely need some for the 4th of July. Doug will lose his shit. Good morning. Today's Mother's Day. Doug didn't get me anything again. Last night I spent longer than I would like to admit trying to make an orange chiffon cake for said Mother's Day because we're gonna have like a little family get together or whatever for the girls. Hi Douglas. Clicking around. I don't typically wait for that Clydesdale to pass. Anyways, I don't typically bake anything because baking involves following directions. I prefer cooking because you can freestyle and things still turn out. When you try to freestyle in baking, things taste like poison. It's just a fact of the world. But I wanted to bake something because I found this awesome purple cake plate is the word that I was looking for at an estate sale, and I was like, I want to put something on that, and what I want to put on that is orange chiffon cake because one of my favorite color combinations is actually purple and orange. That's the inspo, and I figure it'd be good. I baked it last night. It's under this cloche, which is a word that I just learned and will be using a lot. It said to let it cool upside down in the cake pan completely before continuing on. I am nervous now though because it feels really stuck. Okay, order of operations. Before we attempt to get this out of this pan, because that is going to take some concentration, I need to get started on the decorations because I should have thought about this last night because I want to make like dehydrated oranges to adhere around the rim of the cake. Apparently dehydrated oranges take like 3 to 4 hours to make in the oven. So we gotta get cracking on it. Girl, I bought so many oranges, like you would not even believe all the oranges that I have right now. Because the direction called for like half a cup of orange juice, and in my brain, I thought it would take a lot of oranges to make half a cup of orange juice. It only took like 3, maybe 4. I bought at least 30. But that's okay because that means that we have extras to decorate with and then eat for the next year of our life. I don't know. Here's a little fun fact for y'all if you're wondering about whipped cream. The canned stuff tastes just like the homemade stuff. I was very disappointed. I was expecting magic. It was just ready whip without the hydrogenated oil. So I guess technically it would be better. I don't know. So I got blood oranges, cuties, navel oranges. We got 3 different types. Let's wash these and then cut them and dehydrate them. And I don't know if this is interesting content, but it's what I'm doing. Apology. Turns out orange curd is good stuff. Nope, I spilled orange curd right in the middle of my shirt, so disregard that. First of all, we're gonna go around all these little edges and see if we can't get this mofo to release. I'm gonna work out after I figure this problem out. And it feels really weird to be like sampling cake all morning and then planning to work out. But balance, am I right? And it's a special occasion. Celebrating the moms who forced us to be here against our will. Nah, Elmo's my favorite person. She's also my least favorite person. I'm kidding. But you can't say something serious without saying something joking. Balance. We learned about that today. You can do it, queen. Release. Release. Please. I think I probably should have cooked it a little bit longer so the top of the cake wouldn't have been stuck out in the pan, but for the most part, this is kind of together. I'm back from the Mother's Day soiree. The cake looked really pretty, but it was dry, and I was very sad, so I will never bake again. I'm being dramatic, but honestly, baking takes a million dishes, so I'm not about that life. I probably don't really need to be baking constantly anyway. A cake every once in a while for an occasion is kind of fun, I guess. It was also very stressful. Charles! Come along! Okay, right in front of the camera, that works. Okay. But anyways, I guess that's all I got. I just need to start vlogging more and not thinking that everything I do is so incredibly boring and unexciting. Which honestly it is, because like when you're doing good, that's weight loss, you know, just keeping habits, doing the same thing, consistency or whatever. But I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!